I'm Neha Singh and I'm a counselor at Advise International. Talking about my organization Advise, we provide solution to the students for overseas education, and we have been working in overseas education since 1991, and we are spread over 23 branches over India. We cover approximately the whole Pan India. We have been working in various countries, UK, USA, Canada, Australia, Switzerland, Dubai, Malaysia, and many more. Let's come down to the today's discussion, and I will be taking your questions once I complete the session. Then you can share your doubts in the comment section below. Alright, so let's begin with today's session. We are here to discuss about MBA in Canada and USA. See, as far as Masters of Business Administration is concerned, it is one of the most popular postgraduate program, and it gives opens the door for students for unlimited job opportunities in the corporate world. Candidates can pursue MBA with a variety of specializations available for them. MBA specializations are available in lots of fields such as finance, operations, human resource, sales, marketing, international business. So there are a lot of options available for students, and all these different specializations have some different requirements, like the percentage or GMAT score or IELTS score, but mainly the rules for all the courses are usually same, though I will discuss with you in elaborate form what are the requirements for all these specializations. So let's come down to USA and Canada. As far as USA and Canada are concerned, let's begin with the education system of USA and Canada first. USA majorly enrolls a student with 16 years of education, but few universities do take students with 15 years of education as well. And as far as Canada is concerned, they take students with 16 years of education or 3 years bachelor's with masters. Alright, so it's not a compulsion that a student with 16 years of education won't be able to, will only be able to get through MBA in USA or Canada. There are universities which will avail students with 15 years of education as well. So MBA is usually, as we all know, is a 2-year degree, and once a student completes MBA in USA, then he or she gets to work for 1 year, which comes under OPT, Optional Practical Training, if the degree comes under non-STEM. But if a student is from a STEM degree, that means science, technology, engineering, mathematics degree, then the student will get a 3-year stay back. So some universities do take MBA as a STEM degree only. So student who will be enrolling for MBA in USA will, some universities will take their MBA program under STEM degree, so they will automatically get a 3-year stay back under that. And as far as Canada is concerned, with a 2-year degree course, a student gets a 3-year stay back. With a 1-year degree course, a student gets a year of stay back. And so this is the stay back procedure in USA and Canada both. As far as USA is concerned, they usually take, as far as MBA is concerned, it is a professional degree. So students who take admission in USA, they do get 2 to 3 years of, usually take 2 to 3 years of work ex students as far as USA is concerned. But there are few universities which do enroll a fresher as well in USA. And as far as Canada is concerned, they also take students with 2 to 3 years of work ex, but Very good universities take students with 6 to 7 years of work ex or 4 to 5 years of work ex, depending on university to university, majorly the top universities. But also in Canada, a fresher can apply for a postgraduate bachelorette, or can avail for extra course credit. So both USA and Canada have a few universities who will give admission to freshers also in MBA. And so let's discuss about the tuition fee and the cost of living in both the countries. So as far as USA is concerned, usually the tuition fee is from 30 to 35 lakhs, and with a cost of living of 10 to 12 lakhs. But as far as Canada is concerned, the tuition fee starts from 25 to 30 lakhs, which goes up to 50 to 55 or even 60 lakhs in some universities. And as far as USA is concerned, the major intake takes place in September and Jan. And as far as Canada is concerned, the major intake takes place in Jan and September again. So the students usually think that without a work ex they won't be able to go for MBA, but they do have few options of universities in USA and Canada both. So if you would like us to shortlist the options for you, you can contact us as at Advise. You can get our number on the website, and you can come to us. We will guide you at the best possible way, and we have counselors for different countries. They will guide you, and then you can ask your queries, and we can also shortlist the colleges for you which will be taking student as a fresher in MBA. So there are universities available for the same. And for now, universities have opened in USA, and classes are happening in USA. So there is no problem with the upcoming intake. And as far as Canada is concerned, all universities are not open, but some universities are open. Basically, hybrid system is going on in Canada, which means that some classes are happening online and some classes are happening on campus. Okay, so so if we come down to the basic requirements for our MBA program, then the basic requirement is a 4-year bachelor's degree, or some universities even take a 3 years bachelor degree. And then there is GMAT, which will be taking a minimum score for GMAT is 650, but good universities do take 700, 720, and it even goes up to 770 in some very good universities. Though minimum score for GMAT is 650, and even some universities do accept GRE in lieu of GMAT. What they will do is they will calculate your GRE score as on the grounds of GMAT. Though GMAT is mainly required for MBA, but some universities do accept GRE as well. And the other one is basic requirement is of course the English language proof, which is IELTS. So for IELTS, the general score for IELTS is 6.5 and 6 overall, but good universities do take score more than 7.5 or 8. So if one is looking for good universities or very good universities, one should try and get a score above 7.5 or 8. Otherwise 6.5 is the general score for IELTS, but overall a student needs to have a 6 band. Okay, and as it's a professional degree, so mostly students with 2 to 3 years of work ex are preferred, and very good universities again take for 5 to 6 years of work ex, but freshers MBA is available, which I discussed earlier as well. Some universities are giving options for that as well. So there are, as I told you, that there are lots of specializations available in MBA, but there are few specializations which are very popular. Like the first one will be MBA in finance. So if we look at MBA in finance, it generally requires IELTS of 7 to 7.5 for good universities, and GMAT score is from 700 to 750, which goes up to sometimes even 770 depending on university to university. But the minimum score for GMAT is 650 only. And if you look at the top universities in USA or in Canada, they mainly take GMAT scores from 690 to 750, and it sometimes even goes up to 770. So it depends again on the university to university. Then there's one more specialization in MBA which is very popular with students, that is MBA in marketing. So as far as MBA in marketing is concerned, again the requirement is GMAT and IELTS. For GMAT, again its minimum is 650. IELTS they take from 6.5 to 7, and it might even goes up to sometimes to 7.5. And the students which are preferred should be of 83% to 86% of GPA. And then there's one more MBA which is very famous among students, which is MBA in Operations Management. So now here usually WorkX of more than 2 years is mandatory. It requires a high GMAT score. Course duration is mainly from 1.5 to 2 years. And then there is one more MBA which is very famous among students, which is MBA in International Business. Again, the GMAT score is required is from 700 to 720. Because of the good universities, they usually take a GMAT score above 700. And as far as IELTS is concerned, again for international business course, it is not less than 7 or even goes up to 8 as far as IELTS are concerned. And usually in international business MBA, they take students with the 5 years of WorkX. Usually universities prefer, though a student with a low WorkX 1 to 2 year is also able to apply for the same, and they can also go for MBA as a fresher. So this is the brief on types of MBA we have, and the difference between the MBAs, difference between USA and Canada. There are a few more points which I would like to cover up with you, and that is if we go under the STEM degree, so the MBA might be counted in some universities under STEM courses. So, but the students who are not from science background and they are from arts and commerce background, they are their degree comes under non-STEM. So they will be going for 1 year stay back. And after that, whether a student belongs to a non-STEM degree or a STEM degree, a student in USA can apply for H-1B visa, and after that you can extend your work visa. So then you will automatically avail for more stay back in USA. And with Canada, usually tier 1 universities take students with a GPA of 75% and above. So if you're looking for good universities, you need to have at least 75% of GPA, which is mandatory in good universities in tier 1. And yes, these are the major points for USA and Canada both. And yes, both the countries except GMAT and IELTS, both for MBA. And as far as GMAT is concerned, it goes sometimes up to even 770 in good universities. So these are the main specializations which are very famous in MBA, and there is one more which is in sales. It also has the same requirements. Like for IELTS we have 7 to 7.5 in good universities. For GMAT we have 700 plus, which goes up to 770 again. But with the few universities, the minimum score is 650 or 680. So yes, these are the major points which I would like to cover on Masters of Business Administration. So yeah, let's begin with your questions. I'll answer your queries now. What is it preferred? Yes, someone has asked that can I do masters in USA in management if I have 15 years of education? Yes, of course you can do that. There are a few universities which take students with 15 years of education. So what you can do is you can go to our official website. You can get the number of advice international, and you can call us. We will arrange a call back from the counselor, and or you can come to our office. We will shortlist the universities for you which are giving admissions to the students who have 15 years of education. So yes, you can apply for with a 15 year of education in USA. We even have virtual fairs, iMeets. If you want, we can also give you virtual counseling. No, sorry, someone has asked, can I go without, what's it? Okay, what about top universities take good GMAT scores, good IELTS scores. So you have to have at least 7.5 to 8 band for good universities for IELTS, and as far as GMAT is concerned, you should get 700 plus score for GMAT. Yes, of course, you can come to our office and we'll shortlist the colleges for you. Okay. Any other queries you have? So you can ask me. Otherwise, we will end the session. You can connect us on our official website where we can connect you to the counselor, and you can we can guide you further and try to help you as much as possible in shaping your future. So now I would like to close the session. So at the time of the closing this session, I would like you to tell you that you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and also on our official website to guide you better and secure your future. Okay, thank you. Thank you.